Mga katropa, alam mo ba na ang DWDD 1134 kHz AFP radio ay ang opisyal na radio station ng Sandatahang Lakas ng Pilipinas na binubuo ng Army, Navy at Air Force na siyang maghahatid sa inyo ng mga balita mula sa ating Armed Forces at iba pang impormasyon. Mga katropa, hanapin at ilike kami sa Facebook, Twitter at YouTube. DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Like eagles soaring through the clouds with precision and agility, these are the FA-50PH, the Fighting Eagles of the Philippine Air Force. In 2015, the PAF acquired these advanced fighter jets, marking a significant milestone in the nation's journey towards a modern defense capability. Agile, powerful, reliable. As the game changers during the Marawi siege, they leveraged air power to provide decisive advantage for ground forces in the urban battlefield. These FA-50s have also taken to the skies alongside our partner nations, demonstrating their capabilities and fostering stronger relationships. Anticipating the nation's investment in more advanced fighter jets, the PAF is dedicated to securing a future where successive generations will inherit a nation capable of protecting itself, fostering regional stability, and ensuring a brighter and more secure future for all. That's PAF in a minute. See you on our next flight.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
We train as one. Unstoppable, adaptable, ever vigilant.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Mga katropa, para lagi kang updated sa inyong sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas, siguraduhin naka-like at follow ka sa AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page at naka-tune in sa 1134 kHz AFP DWDD. Panoorin ang weekly documentary program ng AFP Radio na Ang Inyong Kawal, Sabado alas 8 ng gabi. Simulcast po ito sa inyong Kawal Facebook at YouTube channel. And keep up the good work sa team. Ayan, Media and Civil Affairs Group, CRS-AFP, maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Isang aklat lang ang iyong dala. Minsay wala naman pero papasok pa. Kahit anong mangyari ay tuloy-tuloy ka lang. Basta't kami mayroong natututunan.
Good afternoon mga katropa. Welcome to Voice of the Teachers Radio, the only program for teachers, by teachers, and with teachers. Sitting on behalf of Dr. Ray Samson, our perpetual main anchor, and our executive director and co-main anchor, Katropang Bobby Ancheta. This is your Katropang Jet Ramos. And for this Saturday, the 16th of March, we have two of our segment hosts. The first one is Katropang Herman Briñas for the Guidance Counselor's Corner, while the second one is Katropang Angeline of Intino, Salvador, from Jakarta, Indonesia right now. She is the host of The Wanderlust Educator. And before we start, we would like to thank the following AFP personalities and leaders, beginning with our Chief of Staff, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., followed by Major General Ramon P. Sagala of the Philippine Army, the CRS Commander, and last but not the least, our DWDD Station Manager and concurrent MCAG Group Commander and AFP spokesperson, and the first female spokesperson of the Armed Forces, Colonel Franco Margaret Padilla. And at this juncture, we would also like to greet our friends from MCAG, mga katropa natin sa Technical Department ng DWDD, News Department at Production Department. Pagbati po sa inyong lahat mula rito sa Voice of the Teachers Radio. At kayong lahat ng mga viewers, listeners, and followers, supporters ng Voice of the Teachers Radio. Kung wala po kayo ay hindi magiging posible ang pag-ere ng Voice of the Teachers Radio. Dito lamang po sa DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Maraming salamat po sa inyong walang sawang pagtugaygay, pag-agapay at pagmamahal sa aming lahat. Katropang Herman and Katropang Angeline, take it away and break a leg.
Ayan, magandang hapon mga katropa. Muling nagbabalik ang Guidance Counselor on Air or Counselor on Air. Ako po muli si Katropang Herman Briñas para sa segment natin ngayong hapon. And maraming salamat Katropang Jet sa iyong intro para sa ating segment ngayong hapon. And of course, binabati ko po ang aking mga kasamahan sa Voice of the Teachers. And thank you sa AF Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino sa pagbibigay ng platform para sa Voice of the Teachers. Yan. So mga katropa, maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. No? At ngayong hapon may pag-uusapan po tayo. No? Isang napapanahon na usapin. Ayan. So muli ay ipifeature natin yung tinatawag na career, no? Career guidance. At ngayon pag-uusapan natin ang isa sa mahalagang parang field na pwedeng pasukin or pasukan ng isang psychology major or non-psychology major na gustong, alam mo yun, at itry ang field na pag-usapan natin ngayon. So, yung ating usapin or topic natin ngayong hapon ay yung discovering the source of strength, hope, and inspiration of a substance use rehabilitation counselor. So, ang focus natin ngayon is more about substance use rehabilitation counselor. Alam natin na isa ito sa naging napaka-controversial na usapin, no? At alam din natin na may mga kabataan talagang nalululong dito sa, alam mo yun, sa pinagbabawal na gamot. And ngayong hapon, the people behind, you know, the transformation or the rehabilitation. So bibigyan lino natin yan ngayong hapon ng ating magiging guest. So hayaan nyo ipakilala ko sa inyo yung guest natin. Siya po ay nagtapos or training po ng addiction studies sa La Salle Benil. And siya po ay isang successful din na, alam mo yun, may successful na story din, alam mo yun, tungkol sa substance use. Ayan, so para madagdagan pa natin yung kaalaman, no? Or kaalaman natin sa mga, sa role ng isang substance use rehabilitation facilitator, coach, or counselor. Ayan, siya po ngayon ay ang kasalukuyang direktor ng Safe Haven Recovery Village. Mga katropa, i-welcome po natin si Katropang Emmanuel Lienos or simply Katropang Eman. Magandang hapon sa iyo, Katropang Eman. Batiin mo muna yung iyong mga kasamahan mula dyan sa Safe Haven Recovery Village Center or Office para batiin nyo. Of course, batiin mo na lang inyong mga kababayan at inyong mga kamag-anak. Saan ba kayo ngayon naka-base, Katropang Eman? Paki-unmute. Ayan. Salamat, Katropa.
Okay. Katropang Herman, una sa lahat, thank you ni Lord, no, for this chance. Maraming salamat din na imbitahan mo ako na mag-share sa lahat ng mga listeners mo. Thank you. I'm based right now in Cebu. Actually, I'm from Cebu City, but I took up addiction studies sa La Salle Benil. So, yan. Ngayon, isa na akong facility director sa Safe Haven Recovery Village at at the same time, advocate po ako sa Battle Against Ignorance Foundation.
Ayan. So, actually, napaka-busy ni Katropang Eman, kaya maraming salamat sa pagpapa-unlock, no? And of course, para madagdagan ng kaalaman natin sa ano ba yung talagang parang role and functions na ginagawa ng isang substance abuse or substance use rehabilitation counselor or facilitator. And before ako mag-proceed sa mga katanungan ngayong hapon, no, gusto ko munang kumustahin kung ano ba ang pinagkakabisihan right now ni Katropang Emma. Nakita ko marami siyang mga advocacy activities na ginawa lately sa kanyang Facebook. Tinignan talaga no. Ano yung mga pinagkakaabalahan mo, Katropa, at alam mo yun, para magkaroon tayo ng idea ang ating mga katagapakinig.
Ano lang, right now I'm really busy no sa pag-rescue sa mga taong nagsasuffer sa drug addiction, alcohol and gambling addiction. At the same time, I'm an advocate and a resource speaker. So busy tayo na mag-speak in front sa mga students, mga companies, and hindi lang dito sa Cebu, pati Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Ito
Ayan,
kasi yung ano ito kasi yung binigay na mission ni Lord sa akin kasi dati din ako nalulong sa bisyo. But right now, going 9 years na ako and hopefully next year mag 10 years na clean and sober.
Nice, nice. Magandang ano yan, inspiration sa ating mga tagapakinig. Ayan, so bago ko tanong yung unang tanong, kasi sabi mo Katropang Eman, you're busy like advocating or parang I think you are traveling or you are giving talks to different ano yun, schools or organizations, no? Usually ano yung nagiging focus ng discussion or topic na binibigay mo sa schools? Related doon sa advocacy mo doon sa related sa alam mo yun sa substance use.
Most of the time, I give my testimony and binibigay ko yung life testimony ko ba't ako nakatikim ng drugs and ano yung mga effects kasi mga real life stories to eh. And also hindi lang ako ba nag-iisa sa mga talks. I have co-facilitators like nila Lito Grow and Sabay Foundation and nila Riniel and Kuya Berta na they provide psychoeducation so that people would know and students would really know na ano ba yung drugs, ano ba yung alcohol, ano ba yung gambling, bakit ba yung tao na addict, ano ba yung dapat gawin, ano ba yung dapat gawin ng mga taong judgmental, condemning, kailangan ba nating husgaan, kailangan ba nating tulungan, yun po yung mga topics na sinishare namin because as an advocate for Battle Against Ignorance Foundation, we want people not to remain ignorant about substance abuse. We want to provide awareness so that people would really understand na yung mental health issue dapat hindi yan parang isa aside lang. Dapat people should be educated because nowadays rampant yung mga suicide, mga bullying. So that's why we're here because we were once bullied and condemned. But because we have recovered, yun ang mga ginagawa namin. We provide life testimonies and we educate, especially the mga employees and students, yung mga students talaga.
Ayan, maraming salamat dyan sa pag-share mo, Katropang Eman. So we will actually provide the link ng organization ni Katropang Eman para yung mga nearby schools, maybe from Cebu or alam mo yan, pwede silang makapag-coordinate, no? And para makapagbigay ng psycho-educational activities ang team ni Katropang Eman. Ayan, so proceed na tayo ngayon sa ating mga, alam mo yun, sa ating usapin ngayong hapon. Siyempre, hindi naman talaga, ang focus kasi natin talaga, ma-inspire tayo kung ano ba talaga yung ginagawa ng isang substance use rehabilitation counselor or advocate, no? Ang una kong katanungan, Katropang Eman, no? Ano ba yung bigyan mo kami ng orientation, no? Ano po yung mga functions ng isang substance use rehabilitation advocate? Usually specifically doon sa role na ginagampanan mo ngayon doon sa organization.
Okay. Sa sa facility naman, we have psychologists, psychiatrists, mga doctors. They're the ones who provide talaga yung mga yung mga family therapy because they are licensed. But what we do as substance abuse counselor, we guide them, we walk along with them because we understand them from head to toe ba. So we don't do like therapy, we don't do that. We leave it to the psychologist. But what we do is we just walk along with them. We do case management. We facilitate. Kasi mostly naman sa mga taong nagsasuffer sa addiction are really shy, they isolate themselves because they think na, low na yung self-esteem. Marami na mga tao dyan, I don't know if marami kayong mga kakilala na pag once addict, antisocial na, hindi nakikisama sa pamilya. But once they arrive in Safe Haven or sa Bay Foundation, we welcome them as family. So from there, they open up, and that's how yung treatment plan starts. Kasi you have to really connect eh. You cannot help people if you don't connect with them. So it starts with connection. So we connect with them. We walk along with them.
Ayan, maraming salamat. I think I would like to emphasize yung sinabi mo na we connect with them. And of course, not only sa team ng kagaya nila Katropang Eman, but of course, I think mahalaga din dyan yung family, yung role ng family also doon sa,
Correct.
alam mo yun, sa ating client in terms of substance use. Ayun, so ngayon, I want to know naman, ano yung particular na, alam mo yun, yung routine sa iyong particular na work. Ano yung halimbawa ng mga routine? Kunyari, ikaw ay mayroong isang vlog, a day in a life of a substance use advocate. Halimbawa ng yung routine Katropang Eman sa work.
If ever wala mga rescue, kasi nagre-rescue din ako as team leader. Kasi maraming mga families nag-ask ng help sa amin, not only sa Cebu, modesty aside dahil sa mga social media, yung mga KMJS, we are known ba. So mga families from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, they call us, they ask for help. So we rescue those na nagsasuffer sa addiction. And if I'm not busy in rescuing people, I'm in the facility. I'm making sure that the program is being, being done. And I talk with the professionals like the doctors, just to make sure that everything is being updated. Kasi you have to really run the program. You have to really connect with these people. Kasi, di ba, if may narinig ka na matagal na sa rehab, hindi pa rin na okay, hindi pa rin I've been rehabilitated 6 times eh. The reason being I was not able to recover because I was judged. I was judged and I was condemned and I experienced it personally since 90s pa. So sabi ko, ba't pa ako magbabago? Ganito pa rin eh. Paglabas ko ay wala pa rin. So that was my thinking. But when I was able to experience this kind of treatment na more into spirituality, more humane, so I was able to reflect na I still have hope. Na I can still recover as long as I'm being heard. So doon nag-start since 2015 through this program, no, yung 12 Steps program. I was able to regain my life back because I was heard and I was not judged. So that is why pag nandito na ako sa Cebu, I commit myself to the facility. Of course, family after and me time. Yun din ang ano ko sa IPCAP yung me time. But my heart belongs to the people talaga na broken eh. I was really broken and until now I have my heart to those people. So I talk to them, I share my life and alam mo, marami talagang nahihil talaga dahil lang sa pag-listen. If you just listen, miracle talaga. Maraming nababagong mga buhay.
Ayan, maraming salamat Katropang Eman. Siguro at this point gusto ko lang din siguro i-share or i-remind ng ating mga katropang nakikinig ngayong hapon na alam mo yun, malaki ang role ng ginagampanan ng society natin sa recovery and rehabilitation ng isang substance abuse at client. Kaya sana ay mabawasan yung or mawala na talaga yung ating tinatawag na discrimination, yung judgment sa kanila. Siguro itong platform na to ay sana or ngayong yung segment natin ngayong hapon will actually serve as a reminder also sa kanila ng Katropang Eman. Ngayon naman, pag-usapan naman natin yung mismong yung village kung saan ka nagbibigay ng alam mo yun ng iyong expertise or ng service mo and yung Safe Haven Recovery Village. Can you please enlighten ang ating mga katropang tagapakinig? Ano yung kailan nagsimula ito or ano yung kanyang mga services na ino-offer and or mga highlights ng kanilang mga activities?
Ang president namin talaga ay si Sir Ronnie De Los Santos. Dati din siyang addict or SUD, substance use disorder. Isa siyang pastor. So I heard about him running this facility like the humane way and Christ-centered. So nilapitan ko siya, sabi ko, kasama ako. Kasi I really want to recover as well and to help people. So doon nag-start talaga. That's how it started. And alam mo, way back 2016 or 2017, um, walang naniwala sa program namin kasi ano yan, mga adik yan eh. Ba't nyo ginaganyan yan? Ba't pinapakain nyo naman ba masarap? Ba't binibigyan nyo ng swimming pool? Kasi may swimming pool din kami. Wala eh, dapat yun i-punish. So, ginawa namin, no? We just have to do what Jesus did to all of us. Na tinulungan pa rin tayo, sinave pa rin tayo kahit marami tayong kasalanan. Alam mo, yun ang starting point talaga. Many ang naka-recover, marami naka-recover. So, yung mga street dweller, modesty aside, it's part of our advocacy. Of course, we help people na yung nagbabayad kasi we have to balance things eh. We're not rich, no? So we let those rich pay so that we could help those street dwellers. Marami kami mga street dwellers na tulungan. Na mga street dwellers talaga na 20 years plus. Isa na yan si Kuya Berta. Marami nagsabi na wala na yan. Noong 5 years ago, almost 4 years ago, we saved him. And ngayon, isa na siyang employee sa Safe Haven. So that's how we started with Safe Haven, through Ronnie De Los Santos and through the Humane and Christ Center program. So until now, we're doing the same program, and with partnerships ng mga doctors and psychologists, we're growing.
Ayan, maraming salamat Katropang Eman, at marami kayong alam mo yun na nako-cover na or na tutulungan ng mga alam mo yun ng mga tao at nakakadagdag doon sa nagiging parang at ano yun volunteer activities, at natutulungan sila at nagbibigay ng panibagong pag-asa ngayon. And that leads me to my next question. Of course, hindi ganun kadali ang maging isang substance use facilitator or coach or counselor, no? And gusto kong itanong ngayon, no, yung isang tanong na ano yung pinanggagalingan or source ng strength mo, hope and inspiration, alam mo yun, para mai-deliver mo yung iyong mga ang job functions mo dito as substance use advocate or counselor?
Alam mo, Katropang Herman, no? Si Lord yung pinaka-katropa ko talaga. He's the source of my strength. And my experience, grabe yung experience ko eh. I was really judged and condemned. And now that I have recovered, sabi ko marami pang tao dyan na inuhusgaan. So, parang wala sila. Marami kami natulungan na naka-recover, na doing well in life now. And there are more. So, God saved me. I believe that God saved me to help others live. That's why nga, umaten ako ng mga training seminars, katulad ng IPCAP, because I want to learn more. So, sa family ko din, because without my family, I won't be able to survive. Especially my mother, yung mama ko, yung asawa ko. Yun. Then, yung pinaka kung ano talaga, si Lord talaga. Myself is just last na talaga. So, yun lang. And modesty aside, I'm still, I'm still alive, alert, and enthusiastic. Di ba? Kaya saan tayo pumupunta? Palawan, Maynila. Kita tayo, katropa, di ba?
Ayan, maraming salamat.
Update.
Thank you, Katropa. No? Yeah, talagang hindi mawawala yung inspiration na binibigay sa atin ng, alam mo yun, ni Lord and ni God. That's one thing napaka-importante, napakahalaga ng spirituality as one aspect, no, para makarecover tayo. Like for example, dito na nga lang sa substance use. And gusto ko rin pala i-shout out ang ating mga kasamahan sa IPCAP. Mga katropa, ang IPCAP po ay Integrated Professional Counselors Association of the Philippines, kung saan po nabibilang po ako, si Katropang Herman, and of course, doon natin nakilala si Katropang Eman bilang kami ay nagkaroon ng conference po sa Palawan. Yung mga conference po ng IPCAP ay, alam mo yun, advocacy po yun yung madagdagan yung kaalaman ng ating mga guidance advocates, counselors, psychometricians, psychologists na sa pagdating sa kanilang trabaho na bilang mga mental health professionals. Ayan. So, shout out po sa kanilang lahat. Of course, pinangunahin ni Sir Von at lahat ng mga officers. Thank you so much. Ngayon naman, Katropang Emma, no, nabanggit mo kanina yung ibang mga challenges, no, pagdating sa pagiging isang substance use rehabilitation counselor. Like sabi mo kanina, alam mo yun yung para ayaw maniwala sa programa nyo, tapos sino ba ang magtitiwala dyan, bakit tayo mag-avail or bakit natin iaasa sa kanila yung mga anak natin na nagkaroon nga ng concern related sa substance use. Ano pa ba ang mga naging challenges mo maliban doon sa mga na-share mo kanina ninyo mismo bilang team?
Ano talaga yung pinaka-challenge doon, yung ano yung mga clients ba? Kasi most of them talaga are having this behavioral issues and character defects. Pati pamilya nila, ano din, challenge. Kasi they tend to run the program. But of course, because of our belief na ito talaga yung tama, yung Christ-centered way, yung humane way, eventually, nakaka-recover man din tayo. We are able to explain to them. Tsaka yung ano yung time, kulang eh. If you are really committed to your job as a mental health advocate, kulang eh. 'Di ba? Parang 1:1 million ba yung feeling ko ba? Kasi if you have really the heart, 1 hour is not enough. So mga ganun ba yung mga ganung challenges. But I'm happy naman, shout out talaga pala sa kasama ko Safe Haven and By Foundation na who has the heart to help talaga. At sa mga psychologists namin, psychiatrists, yung may time talaga sa amin, I know busy din sila. Nagtutulungan kami. Kasi yung time talaga, yung challenge, tsaka yung clients and yung families. But modesty aside, with God's help, okay naman. Nadadala pa.
Ayan, maraming salamat Katropang Eman. So ngayon gusto kong i-follow up question ko lang pala regarding naman sa, di ba masabi mo kanina, may role kayong ginagampanan, at the same time you also have yung mga lineup ng mga psychologists, mga counselors. Ano yung usual na coordination na ginagawa ninyo? Or ano yung ginagawa mo, ano yung mga parang collaborations usually na ginagawa mo with our experts, mga mental health professionals?
Upon entry ng mga clients, they have to undergo assessments from our psychologist, psychiatrist, and also social worker. And from there, we create a treatment plan. And sa treatment plan, kami na yung then because we have a routine, yung itinerary namin sa Safe Haven, yung programa. So what we do, we make sure na we're able to guide our clients na to follow the program and update the professionals. Yan po. We do updates and make sure na yung clients are attending to the program a day at a time to make sure na may progress ba. Kasi yun ang mga basis natin eh. Yun.
Ayan, maraming salamat, no? Talagang it's a collaborative effort. Now, in terms naman yung advice mo, ano pwede mo maging advice sa ating aspiring na gusto, alam mo yun, mag-work bilang substance use rehabilitation counselor? Ano yung pwede mong maging advice sa kanila, sa ating mga katrop?
Kailangan namin kayo lahat. Alam ko, kulang na kulang tayo dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga psychologists, psychiatrists, teachers, kulang na kulang eh. And I know we also have families, but sana if you just try to put yourself sa isang rehabilitation center or treatment center, try nyo kasi I know that your profession as teachers or psychologists or a social worker, you'll be able to impact broken lives. Alam mo yung sa IPCAP, no? Marami talaga akong natutunan. Ang sabi ko, sana yung mga coming graduates na mga teachers or psychologists, they will be able to spend more time to those who are broken. Not only sa schools or sa companies, doon tayo talaga sa mga grassroots ba? Na yung mga taong wala, they cannot give you in return ba? Kasi yun ang somehow, ang modesty aside, somehow yun ang ginagawa namin ba. I know it's not easy because we have to yung selves natin, but alam mo, once you do it, iba talaga yung si Lord eh. He would bless you ba more and more, and there are thousands that is in need of our help. Sana yung mga bagong graduates, you'll give more time to those who are broken.
Ayan, maraming salamat doon. At least na nalinawan mo yung Katropang Emma, no, na talagang we really need pa na mga line-up ng mga substance use advocates, volunteers actually, and kudos din sa mga grupo na or sa organization na ito rin, ganito rin yung mga advocacy nila. Meron din sila mga ganito na ibang organizations. And thank you at yun ang naging advocacy nila. Talagang need natin na talagang suportahan din yung family at yung mga individuals na affected nga ng ganitong mga concern. Ayan. Siguro, ayan, I'm done actually no, with all my questions. So, gusto ko lang i-highlight yung mula sa mga napag-usapan natin Katropang Eman. Sabi mo kanina, one is yung si God talaga is very important siya, no? Pagdating sa work ng substance use, rehabilitation counselor or advocate, napakahalaga. I think nabanggit mo rin yung collaboration, no, with other with experts sa atin. And I think na-share mo din Katropang Emma na you yourself is actually learning more pa sa field or kaya you're attending conferences para madagdagan yung kaalaman, which is very important. And of course, sa yaman din lamang at sinabi mo Katropang Emma na kulang nga yung mga people pa behind doon sa ganitong advocacy or concern sa society natin. So nananawagan tayo na in the future, yung mga psychology graduate or behavioral related na field ay actually sana rin kayo, no? Mag-venture into this particular concern sa society natin. And not necessarily na dito rin kayo mag 100%, pwede rin naman you also have your full-time job and once in a while you volunteer sa ganitong particular na mga program na nakakatulong sa ating kabataan. Ayan, so bago tayo magtapos Katropang Eman, baka may gusto ka pang batiin mula sa iyong mga kamag-anak. I'm giving you a chance na ma-meet mo sila or mag-greet mo sila ulit.
Katropang Herman, maraming salamat talaga. Appreciate it. Sa mama ko, ma, salamat. Dagang salamat for not giving up on me. Sa asawa ko, kapatid ko. Sa Safe Haven family and Pi Foundation family, Prolito Gruet to our president, Ronnie De Los Santos, my fellow advocates, coaches, admin, lahat sa Safe Haven and Pi Foundation. Together, we are better. Together, we'll be able to save more lives. And so, Katropang Herman, sabay tayo, save tayo ng maraming tao. Maraming salamat sa programa mo and God bless you more. And eat up.
Ayan, maraming salamat Katropang Eman. Yan. And of course, sabi ko nga, talaga mas maganda kung nagtutulungan po tayong lahat, no? And it's really a collaborative effort because we cannot raise a child, no, ng isa lang eh. It should be a village, sabi nga nila. So, that ends our segment ngayong hapon. Maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig mga katropa and sana ay subaybayan mo kami lagi tuwing Sabado po, 1 to 2, alauna ng hapon hanggang 2:00 po. And para makapulot kayo ng mga bagong kaalaman, dito lang po yan sa Voice of the Teachers. Dito pa rin sa AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Alamin ang mga mainit na balita mula sa ating Armed Forces. Tumutok sa 1134 kHz AM sa inyong mga radyo. At manood online. I-like at i-share ang AFP Radio DWDD Facebook page. Ito ang DWDD Armed Forces Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Magandang hapon mga katropa. Ako po si Angeline Salvador at kayo po ay nakikinig sa Voice of the Teachers Radio sa DWDD 1134 kHz AM AFP Radio. Maaari nyo rin pong mapanood ang Voice of the Teachers sa Facebook page ng AFP Radio DWDD. On behalf of all the hosts of Voice of the Teachers Radio, especially Katropang Herman Briñas of Guidance Counselors Corner, thank you for tuning in sa DWDD AFP Radio, ang boses ng Kawal Pilipino. Ngayon, sa ating segment na Wanderlust Educators, Journeys in Teaching Abroad, ang topic natin ay Inspiring Teachers for Continual Learning. Our guest for today is an educator with a master's degree in psychology, which was also her undergraduate program as well. She also has certifications in both teaching and English teaching. Her work experience includes teaching in the Philippines from 2004 to 2007 and teaching in Indonesia from 2007 to 2023. She is currently working as a graduate writing coach in British Columbia, Canada, where she's also taking up her MA in Leadership and Education at Trinity Western University, Langley, British Columbia. Without further ado, let me introduce to you our guest for today, Miss Janice Paredes Zapate. Hello, Katropang Janice!
Hi,
Magandang
Angie.
hapon!
Magandang hapon. Hello, mga katropa. It's a
Okay.
privilege to be here.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us the time for this discussion. So, as we said earlier, you are taking up your MA in Leadership and Education. So, kamusta naman ang iyong studies over there?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying my studies and at the same time
Mhm.
working as well. So it's good to have a community here also in Canada. But
Mhm.
my professors also are very accommodating the school itself
Mhm.
because it's a Christian school, so I can also practice
Oh,
my faith. So yeah, it's a very positive experience. Katropang Angie.
wow, okay. I'm so happy na you have found the school that fits your, your beliefs and of course
Mm.
your lifestyle as well. Okay, so um, let's go straight to the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So our topic is on inspiring teachers for continual learning. So in your opinion or personally,
Mm-hmm.
how do you nurture a mindset of continual learning and growth as an educator?
Okay, thank you Katropang Angie para sa iyong mga tanong. So although I have been teaching for many years as an educator, I believe that I must not stop learning new educational trends. So being a
Mhm.
teacher for many years has given me a sense of motivation and passion for advancing my career. So I love my vocation as a teacher. I have never been to any industry except being a teacher, and I believe that this is also my calling.
Mhm.
So my role as a teacher gave me a mindset that I must keep myself up to date. Because as a teacher, we can feel, right, Miss Angie, if our
Mhm.
students are engaging or not. We can
That's
feel that,
right.
right? So my generation is millennials, while my
Mhm.
students' generation are Z, combination of Z, alpha. So therefore, I
Mhm.
need to catch up on what steers their interest, their
Mhm.
attention, their motivation. And also, we also need to consider that educational platforms keep on changing and
That's
evolving.
right.
Yeah, so personally, all these things nurtured a mindset for me for continual learning and growth. Katropang Angie.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Janice. So I think it's always good to keep yourself updated,
Mm-hmm.
right? And also
Mm-hmm.
since our students are digital natives, kumbaga,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
very automatic na for them yung technology is. So we have to keep up with the
Yeah, of
times. Eh.
course. There are times that they knew more than us.
That's
That's why
right.
we need to have update ourselves with the latest research, latest
Mm-hmm.
technology, because we are the teachers and we need to guide them. So
Mm-hmm.
this should motivate us to professional development and continuous learning, Katropang Angie.
Okay, all right. So let's proceed to our next question. So, can you tell us a time when your dedication to learning and growing as a professional helped you to improve on how you teach and how your students learn?
Okay, so I will say the very recent time.
Mm-hmm.
So I encountered a significant shift when I
Mm-hmm.
moved here to Canada. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a new education system, new
That's right.
culture,
Mm-hmm.
educational trends. So I recognize the disparity between my
Mm-hmm.
previous teaching experience in the Philippines and Indonesia and in the
Mm-hmm.
Canadian system.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized that I have to adapt to the system. I have to adapt to my approach.
Mm-hmm.
So when I've got the
Mm-hmm.
job of a graduate writing coach, I realized that I have to enhance my skills further. So,
Mm-hmm.
despite already pursuing this MA Leadership and Education, I enrolled Katropang Angie to
Mm-hmm.
an additional course. It's called
Wow.
English 130. Yeah, because this
Uh-huh.
course will provide me with new techniques in
Mm-hmm.
coaching, new techniques in academic writing, I have to do this to fit in and to be a better graduate writing course. So I have to immerse myself with these new methodologies. This will help me better support my students' learning. So that's the recent um dedication example of learning and continual growth, Miss Angie. Katropang Angie.
Are you still pursuing that course?
Yes, it will
English course.
end. Yes. So it started last January and it will end in April. So I started working as a writing tutor before from September to December. And then there's a chance for a graduate writing coach. I applied for that and I started last January. So yeah, I how do you call it? Like there's an opportunity for this role, but I think that I have to enhance my skills more. So I took this additional course.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Congrats, by the way, Miss, for your new role. And then also, I really admire your dedication, your focus on your role. Because I know even if we think expert na tayo, akala natin alam na natin lahat. But ibang environment ito, ibang set of people ito. So kailangan natin mag-adjust or actually higitan kung ano yung kaya nating mabigay. No? So, ano po yung curious lang ako, kung kaano, sobrang iba ba niya nung system nila or meron din bang mga similarity? Okay.
Kasi,
Ano yung mahirap na factor sa Canadian educational system?
Okay, so speaking of kasi I'm handling the graduate studies. Okay. So, of course, in Indonesia and Canada, my experience is K to 12. Okay. Now,
yung level pa lang.
Level. That's a big factor.
Parang big shift. Oo, big shift
yes.
talaga.
Now, I'm dealing with the graduate students. So, they're taking up MBA and then Master's in Leadership. So, the approach there should be like all accordingly to scholarly research, APA guidelines for 2024. So
wow, very current. Oo.
Oh yeah, so all these things that I have to learn because I will transfer my learning to the students. So I have to equip myself with all these new things so I can deliver my coaching to the graduate students.
Okay. All right. So ang galing So it's also a good opportunity. It may be difficult, pero it's actually a welcome difficulty. Kumbaga, you welcome it, no? You welcome the challenge. So, I know that we are not perfect. Meron tayong mga imperfections. So, we try to improve ourselves. So, in what ways do you seek feedback and reflect on your teaching practices? So that you can, identify kung ano yung mga areas for improvement and further learning.
Okay. Maybe before I answer that, I remember something that from the Philippines, when I arrived at Indonesia, I also had many professional development workshops that I attended. Yung mga My Pulse, if you remember, My Pulse, mga iba't ibang
yung
seminar.
mga book-related na mga seminars.
Yeah. So,
ako
ito
din.
yung, correct.
Yung mga
So, ito yung nag-i-equip sa atin ng Singapore curriculum, international curriculum, different approach. So I believe that for every new journey, even new employer, you have to, have a growth mindset.
Yes, that's right.
Para makafit ka to the challenges. I mean, you can overcome the challenges. Okay, now let's go back to your question. Okay, now for the feedback and reflection of teaching practices, observation is the key, Katropang Angie. So wherever you are, I believe in informal and formal observation. When I was in Indonesia, of course, I feel so nervous every time there's an observation. But this observation, this feedback will give us immediate understanding of how effective we are as teachers. It will give us how would you call it? It will identify areas for improvement. So, for example, it could be your classroom management or maybe your
Mhm.
workplace. So it will give you deeper understanding of your strengths and areas for improvement. And then I've
Mhm.
learned from my professor that learning takes place through reflection. So
Mhm.
reflection, this is very crucial role in continuous professional growth, Katropang Angie, because if
Yes.
we take time to reflect on our own teaching and our own coaching, for example, this will
Mhm.
allow us to evaluate our methods. We could even
Mhm.
identify patterns, okay,
Yeah.
patterns for our teaching and coaching. And then later on, we can set goals for our further development. Katropang
That's
Angie.
right. So we can identify what works or what doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, my professor always told us that learning takes place through reflection. So, at the end
Mhm.
of the day, we can have our self-evaluation also. We
Mhm.
reflect on, yeah, like you mentioned what went well, what could have we done better,
Mhm.
like that. Mm-hmm.
Mhm. I think a lot of us probably siguro, especially Filipino teachers, we get a little bit sensitive when we are
Mm-hmm.
being observed or when we're being
Mm-hmm.
evaluated. Medyo
Mm-hmm.
I think we have to learn to be like yung mga siguro sa mga North American counterparts natin. I think mas ano sila
Mm-hmm.
sa mas open sila sa criticism at saka sa mga
Mm-hmm.
well hindi naman yung negative pero positive uh
Mm-hmm.
may positive din naman
Oh,
na
yeah.
na
Mm-hmm.
observations.
Yeah, and very straightforward sila.
Mm,
Straightforward,
mm.
honest as well. Because for us, we have to like try not to hurt the feelings,
Yes.
try
Oo,
not to
masyado
become
tayong
uh-huh.
subjective sa
Yeah.
approach. Mm.
Sa culture
Okay.
din yan. Culture really
Yes, yes.
uh, mm,
Oo nga, cultural din siya. Tama.
mm.
Okay.
Baka
So,
maka culture shock kapag wala kang culture. Actually,
uh-uh.
one how do you call it? Professional development is cultural sensitivity training.
Mm, mhm.
It's not just about you are new to the country, but also get to know the different religion or cultures of
That's
your students.
right. Oo.
Okay. And also
Yun ang
the,
medyo
yeah.
sensitive, ano? Oo.
Mm-mm. And also in the workplace, if you are in a diverse group of teachers, like for
Mhm.
example, ang mga ka-teacher mo ay from UK,
Mhm.
from let's say from Philippines or from different countries. So, kailangan talaga ng cultural sensitivity training
That's
para
right.
we can have a better collaboration with our
Mhm.
team. Mm.
Okay. All right. So, um, have you experienced that na how was it difficult for you to to relate with your colleagues or with
Mhm.
other people there or okay naman so far?
Yeah, by God's grace, mababa ang mga Canadians, like they're very
Oo,
nice,
'di ba sikat sila
very
for being
friendly.
nice, for being good
Yeah,
people.
they will open the door for you.
Ah,
So nice. And
okay.
also my school, also my school right now, it's a Christian university, and
Mhm.
our masters in leadership. The theme is
Mhm.
transformational servant leadership. So it's a leadership through serving. So
Wow.
that's how the curriculum is based on. So yeah, I've learned a lot that to become a leader, you have to be a servant for all. So
Mhm.
you model the leadership, okay, and then the followers will get inspired to become like a leader like you. So
Mhm.
these things, it's a different approach that helped me adjust also with my schooling right now kasi ang
Mhm.
ganda ng environment. Mm-hmm.
I see. Wow, okay. I think kailangan namin i-guest ka ulit for that particular topic.
Oh yeah, I
Parang
would love
that's
to.
very interesting. Oo, dahil
Yeah.
considering na parang medyo relate din siguro yung ating mga teachers sa Pilipinas kasi
Mm.
we have certain schools na incorporate Christian
Mm-hmm.
values, ganon.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
magiging malaking help din siguro sa kanila yan. Okay, so we are
Yeah, of
in
course.
the last question na.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is your message to our fellow educators to engage
Mm-hmm.
in continuous learning and professional growth?
Okay, so maybe I will break it down into three. So
Okay.
number one, advancing our career is something that we should grab while we can and while we have the opportunity. So it doesn't matter how many years you've been teaching, or maybe yeah, so continuous learning and professional development of any kind, Katropang Angie, doesn't necessarily you have to go back to school unless you have the opportunity. Why not? But it can even just by doing self-paced learning. Yeah, we can also watch tutorial how to learn new skills. So all this will prepare us to deal with the increasing complexities of the demands of the educational field. That's number one. And then number two, staying updated with the latest research would make our teaching more effective. Do you remember, Katropang Angie, we have many researches on multiple intelligences.
Yes.
So when we are updated with the current research about those, so we will become more effective in our teaching. And then finally, um, if we have this growth mindset, then we could have a lucrative career opportunities, Katropang.
That's right.
When we seek for employment, right? When we seek
Ah.
for employment, that um, okay, we are teachers right now. I've been teaching for 20 years, but I have a vision for maybe someday I could be a school administrator, so something like that. So we have a growth mindset. So this will become our tool to set ourselves apart from the competitors and gaining advantage also. And not just for ourselves, Katopang Angie, we want to create a legacy.
That's
So
right.
this legacy is the positive impact that we could pass to our students. So that's my message.
Wow, it's so inspiring. So I think maraming makukuha. Well, a lot of our teachers who are might be listening or watching right now will be able to get the inspiration or the motivation that they need to pursue something. Kahit sabihin natin it's not like a master's degree, or it's not
Yeah.
maybe siguro a certification or a
That's
course,
true.
kahit course lang siya, very simple,
Mm.
right? It's not it doesn't matter how big or how
Yeah.
small, 'di ba?
Yeah. Like now, di ba, ang latest ngayon is linked. Ang
Yes,
daming
yes.
workshops, right? Free seminars, free workshops. So these are opportunities for growth. Oh yeah, busy tayo. We are sobrang busy. But if we have the mindset, the mindset of this is my target. Like in a week, I should have a 30-minute time for me to learn about this skill, or maybe learn how to use the Microsoft Excel, so something like that. So anything that would help us grow.
Yeah, even yung mga practical skills na like in
Correct.
editing or
Yeah.
yun nga yung mga iba-ibang programs or software na medyo hindi na tayo ganun ka knowledgeable, di ba? Oo. Hindi naman po, I mean, at sa atin kasi when we reach a certain age, parang feeling natin we cannot do this anymore. Matanda na ako. You can't teach an old
Yeah.
dog new tricks. Actually, hindi eh. I mean, yun nga, as you said, it's all about mindset. So, if so, iisipin mo na hindi mo kaya, hindi mo talaga kaya. I mean, it's not going to work. Pero if you
Yeah,
convince yourself, or if
Mm.
you put effort, or if you really want it, 'di ba? You're really passionate about it. I'm sure. I mean, anything can be learned. Do you agree, Miss?
Of
Na
course.
anything can be learned or trained.
Yes, yes. There are many scholars who had studies about all of that can support all these things. And also, walang disadvantage sa learning. So, lahat to win-win. Yeah. So, sa teachers, kasi very challenging, like, I have to do a lot of things. I have to do a lot of marking. I need to prepare this and that. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, that just set aside, have a goal. Like, yeah. So
Para
I
or
hope.
organize din siguro, or manage yourself well, para
Mm, mm,
maisingit mo yon kung ano man yung gusto
yeah.
mong gawin.
Yeah, actually, if you feel like it's so challenging to mag-aral ulit, go to your passion. Di ba, ang technology is like Facebook, YouTube.
That's right.
you go to your passion and at the same time you're learning. Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Gusto ko pa sana i-extend but we don't have enough time. It was a pleasure having you here with us today, Katropang Janice, and hopefully this is not the last time. And do you have any last messages or siguro greetings to people who might be watching or listening?
Yeah, so maraming salamat mga katropa, and I always pray that this vocation as a teacher, this is a very noble job. When you are a teacher, God calls you to nurture the kids, to nurture the young minds. So this profession is very rewarding. So we have to embrace our profession, and this is what I've learned from my professor. Always treat your students as God's image and likeness. So when you are teaching your kids, or when you are mingling with everyone, so consider them as with worth of dignity. They are God's creation. So we have to embrace our profession.
Okay, what a nice way to end our segment for today. And by the way, it's the month of women. Okay, so happy Women's Month to you,
Yeah,
Katropang Janice, and to all of the women out there, lalo na ating mga women teachers. Right? So,
yeah. Congratulations.
and of course, na rin, sa mga ating mga counterparts na rin. So, hopefully, may natutunan po kayo today sa ating topic. And I hope that you don't stop inspiring your students and always keep on updating yourself, take up classes, courses, or even take up your master's degree. Huwag panghinaan ng loob because, God is always there to guide you.
Correct.
And also your colleagues or maybe your friends are there to give you support.
It's very true.
Yun. Thank you so much, Katropang Janice. And that's it for today. Thank you for everybody who tuned in today. And hopefully we'll see you again in the next episode. Maraming salamat at magandang hapon sa lahat.
Goodbye.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Leadership brings out the best in us. We become the best versions of ourselves, leading by example. We learn to live with honor